Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of simple and compound interest. This is standard 7.13e in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 32 off the 2022 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So Alice has got a loan here of $24,820. Simple interest. That's going to be important because that's going to affect which formula we use. And we've got 3.5%. So no payments will be made on the loan until the end of 1 year. How much interest will she pay at the end of 1 year? All right, so this statement is going to be very important. I'll tell you why in just a moment. That's super important. But let's look. If we were to find our mathematic chart, we were to see that simple interest, not compound, because they've already labeled it as simple. Simple interest equals, and this is all you're going to get, PRT. So you need to know what each of those stands for. All right, so this P right here is the principal. So that's the amount of money that is being borrowed. So in this case, right, we've got the 24,820. Now, the reason why I boxed this sentence right here is because it says no payments will be made on the loan until the end of 1 year. That means the principal doesn't change. So we don't have to recalculate in the middle of this year. If I made a $2,000 payment on this loan, my principal would be decreased by $2,000, so the amount of interest I'm going to pay is going to decrease. So this statement here says that don't worry about recalculating the principal. It's going to stay at $24,820 the entire year. Whenever you change the principal, you got to recalculate. This R right here is going to be your rate. So they give you always in a percent, 3.5%. We're always going to have to change that into a decimal because you can't really calculate something if you just have a percent. You need a decimal. And then we've got this right here, time. What's the time unit they're using? Years. How many years? 1 year. Okay, so that's easy. Literally 1 year. So multiply anything by 1, you get the thing itself. So we really, if we want to set it up right, interest is going to equal 24,820 times 3.5% times 1. But we don't need that because anything times 1 is itself. So let's change this 3.5% into a decimal and let's get multiplying, because really we're just going to multiply this and this. So we take our decimal point, we move it over once, twice to the left. So 3.5% is the same as 0.035. And that's what we need to multiply. So 24,820, let's drop the comma so we don't think it's a 1. And we're going to do this 0.035. I'm not going to multiply by this 0. I just want to keep it in there because you have to keep track of how many digits start behind the decimal in the factor. In this case, I've got 3. All right, so that's 0, that's 10, 41, 24, 10, 12. That's pretty easy. Let's do by threes. 0, 6, 24, that's 12, that's 14, 6, that's 7. I don't need that third row of zeros, but I will keep track of how many digits are behind the decimal. 1, that's 7, 8, 6, 8. So I got 1, 2, 3 digits behind the decimal in my factors. I need 1, 2, 3 digits behind the decimal in my product. Let's drop this last 0 because you don't really have a decimal point with 3 digits behind it when you're dealing with money. And take a look at it. Our answer here is F.